Hello everyone, welcome to the final TCLL Plus video. In today's video, we are going to be going over the two-face cases and the pinwheel cases. To recognize these cases, the two-face just has two diagonal corners up, and for the pinwheel cases, these ones have no oriented corners up and there is no bar on the sides here. So to start off, we are going to be doing the two-face cases. There is only 4 of them. Now, recognition is a bit difficult for these ones specifically. I like to think about it as a twisted corner, and then in this case, you'll have a solved layer on top, and in this case, you'll have a diagonal layer. Another way you can recognize these is you have these two kind of matching here, and like these two matching, so it's kind of like this, if that makes sense. Whereas for this case, it's kind of the other way around. You have this kind of pattern twice. So for this case, which is the solved case, where if you twist the corner, you get a solved layer, or you can recognize this, all you do is a sexy move, and then insert this corner down here with R2U, R2U prime, R2. To finger trick this case, just do a pinch move here, and while doing the U prime, soft regrip your right hand to the bottom, and then do another pinch, and then done. To predict AOF, this is really easy. This corner just stays here. So in this case, we'll have to do a U. Now for this case, this is the diagonal case, or you can think about it like this. What you do is you take this corner out with R, U prime, R prime, do a U, F prime, and then solve this layer with R prime, F prime, R, F. To finger trick this, I'd like to do this, pretty simple. F prime, and then just do a overwork here, and then pinch. To predict AOF, again, this front corner just stays here. So in this case, we'll have to do another U to solve it. The last two cases for this set are these two. These are a bit more difficult to recognize. But for this one, I like to look at this kind of bar here. Not bar, but like this kind of pattern. And it only has one of these around the cube, unlike the other one. This one is a bit difficult to recognize. I kind of just know it as the case that's not the other three, if that makes sense. If anyone has a good way to recognize this case, please let me know in the comments. Anyway, for this case, when you have one bar, I'm going to hold it back here and then do R prime U2 sledge R. Finger tricks are really easy. Just do R prime, double flick, and then do a pinch move and then R. To predict AOF, I look at this bar and that goes to the back. So in this case, we'll have to do a U2. Now for this case where it's kind of not much going on, the way I like to hold it, or the way I'd like to recognize how to hold it, is I look at these two corners and I kind of just imagine them going like this. The algorithm is taking out this corner, U R prime, U2, do a sledgehammer, and then insert this corner with U, U2 R prime. The finger tricks are very nice. Just do a pinch move, double flick, sledgehammer, and then if you want, you can do a middle finger U to avoid an overwork, and then just insert the corner like that. To predict AOF, this front corner will just twist and stay in place. So in this case, we'll have to do a U. Alright, now for the pinwheel set, there are only 3 cases, so I'm just going to show them all here. To tell these ones apart, this first case has pretty much nothing around the cube. This case has this kind of pattern all around the cube. This case has this kind of pattern in one spot around the cube. So for this first case, when we don't have anything around the cube, or also this is the pure case, if you just twist all the corners, you will get a solved top layer. What we do, take out this corner with R prime U2 R, U2, do another R prime U2 R, and then solve this layer with U prime R, U prime R2. To finger trick this, there's a lot of double flicks, but just make sure you know how to do them. And when we get to this part, I like to do an index middle to avoid an overwork near the end. To predict AOF, I just memorize that every corner just does a U on top and twist to be in the right orientation. So in this case specifically, this will do a U, so we have no post AOF. For this case, this is the diagonal case, or when you have this pattern all around the cube. We're going to face this side first, take out this corner with R prime U prime R, do a U, R prime U2, hedge slammer, and then solve this with UR. To finger trick this, there's a few ways you can do it. You can either start with your hand in home grip, and then this is pretty normal. And then when you do this double flick with your left hand, soft rear grip your right hand to be in home grip, U2, and then you can finish off the algorithm like that. Or you can start with your hand on the top here, and then you do a pinch U move here, double flick, and then the rest of the algorithm is all regripless. Now for the final case where we have one bar here all around the cube, you put this bar on the right, start with your hand on the bottom and do F, R, F prime, U2, R, U prime, and then solve this layer with R2, F, R2, F prime. For finger tricks, like I said, you want to start with your hand on the bottom for this algorithm, do a pinch move, and then the rest is pretty intuitive. Just do this, and then do this pinch F prime at the end. And to predict AOF, this bar just stays on the right here. So to solve this in the end, we'll have to do a U prime in this case. And that's it. Thanks for watching my video on the two-face and Pinwheel TCLL Plus cases. And that also concludes the TCLL Plus series. I do plan to make videos for TCLL Minus also, so stay tuned for them. Until then, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.